Hello and welcome to another episode of Pop Context. This time we will be talking about Vegeta. And yeah, right off the bat, Vegeta will never surpass Goku. I mean, it's always going to be I don't know, kind of a game of catch and something, but in the end, he will never actually defeat Goku. Will we ever see a clash between them again? I have no idea, but if it will be solved in any capacity that should be, let's say, satisfactory to anybody, then people would like to see Vegeta win. But I believe that it will go on the lines of the Majin Buu Saga Clash, where nothing actually happens. They just give up, and then somebody sucker punches the other one. Other than that, the thing that I would like to speak about is that no matter how hard you want, no matter how hard you try, Vegeta will never be the main character. He will be one of the main cast, and he will be now in Dragon Ball Super like a partner of Goku, where they have buddy cop comedy and adventures through space and time and whatever else, the multiverse or whatever. The main thing is that I would like to say why is that okay, and why will I actually always like reading Vegeta. Right in the beginning, I have to mention and go back to the point where Vegeta concurred that Kakarot is better than him at the end of the Buu saga, and the regression he actually saw now in Super. Yes, that is something that I cannot actually chew, and I'm in my constant struggle with that part of his character right now. The cool point about it was during the Tournament of Powers saga that he said that screw Goku, he can have his Ultra Instinct, I will have something better. That's one of the points that I want to make and want to say that that's kind of a progression, because if you take into account that at the end of the Buu saga he actually told us that he doesn't want to be Goku anymore, Goku's better than him. Yeah, now he acknowledges that he's better at him at something, but not in another thing. So that is why Vegeta will progress in his own capacity, and that is why we see him progressing in the God of Destruction techniques that Beerus is actually teaching him. He is a master technical fighter, and I adore that part of Vegeta. Improvisation is not his strong suit, but then again, the strongest thing about him is his Saiyan pride. The thing that I would like to talk is as well that for me, he is the eternal worker. And it's a good thing to have him in contrast with Goku in these buddy cop adventures, because you have the point where if Goku is the ideal Japanese person should aspire to, Japanese, I'm talking in a manner that we here in the West have our own hero archetypes, and the eastern part of the globe has another kind of the archetype. And in Goku we can see the carefree spirit and the one who, yeah, it can look that he's actually pulling things out of his rectum, but then again you have the part where he is struggling and he is working hard. He's easygoing, but he's working hard. You cannot ignore that. He can have he can be gifted mentors, he can be gifted, I don't know, techniques, but he has to master them. So none of the things that Goku actually acquired are acquired just, by him laying around or sitting around. The thing with Vegeta is that he is his own man, and he likes to overcome obstacles by his own manner. For the first time he asked someone to help him was Whis, because he recognized that whatever he does, it's unobtainable to him on his own way, in his own ways. And in that, after he got the first parts of the power, after he caught Bubbles, that's a reference to the Goku video if you saw it. he actually has to progress with the help of another person. He is, again, the eternal warrior, the eternal worker, and being next to Goku is like chasing the ideal. So, in all of the cast of Dragon Ball, he's actually the only one who managed to stay for this long with Goku and trying to catch up with him, because Goku is not a bad role model in terms of the work ethics. And Vegeta, with his own intrinsic motivation and with his own work ethics, has a good friend in his not opponent anymore, but as he has a kind of like a cohabitation with Goku, where they can bounce back of each other, they can spar with each other, but he is in a good place because he literally is training next to a hero archetype, next to a an ideal person in these types of stories. And Vegeta's progression will not be necessarily to overcome Goku. He has to literally overcome himself, his limitations, and by just being around Goku, not just living beside him, but fighting beside him, fighting for him sometimes, fighting for himself, fighting for his family, because he's one of the only persons who has a realistic motivation. So in the Tournament of Power, where Goku is just testing his strength, Vegeta is protecting also his family that he had to leave behind. And if you look at it from that kind of way, Vegeta is still the guy who had the most character development. And ignore the speck on his resume with the regression on Dragon Ball Super. But the thing is that with his constant struggle to be with Goku on his adventures, he knows that he will progress himself. Now we have the opportunity to see him fighting against Granola. We will see if he will be able to actually win the fight. This video is being made on the 30th of July of the year 2021, and we literally have a way of predicting what will be the outcome of everything. The outcome of everything is that until the end of Super, Vegeta will just stay like he is this way. He will have some more redeeming moments, like in the Namek part of the Moro saga. We will be dwelling probably on other elements of his life, but the thing is that I don't think that he will ever become a Piccolo or a Krillin to Goku, because he's not that benevolent of a friend. He's not that easygoing. He always has a chip on his shoulder, and because of all of that, we will see him constantly clinging to Goku and being with him to, yeah, for the purpose or the dream of surpassing him, because Goku is the ideal that cannot be surpassed. He's like Superman. You should all aspire to be like him in that way. But Vegeta is the realistic character. To Goku's romanticized ideal version, Vegeta is the grounded guy, the working force who's actually behind everything, who has to constantly put maximum effort into everything, even more than maybe other people. But he actually is a family man, so you can relate to him with his family, you can relate to him with his rage, frustration, and whatever other emotional things that can happen to him or are happening to him. When he finds defeat, he is the one who usually gets beat up worse than Goku, but he is one of the reasons why he's the role model and why people actually relate to him and want him to surpass Goku. But that's one of our filthy fantasies of overstepping or like beating the gods in that kind of way. It's a dreamy aspect of his character. The most wisest choices and the best quality of his character is that he is the realistic one who actually got in with power into the sphere of gods, and who is being a good potential candidate for them to actually stand against them. So yeah, that is why Vegeta will be, for me, one of the most quality characters that exist in Dragon Ball. That is one of the reasons that he is not going away. That is one of the reasons he didn't stay behind on Earth while Goku was training with Whis, and that is why we can actually have longer arcs, more enjoying arcs, where Goku does not have to go alone on his journey. When visiting the other planets and futures and something like that, we have him bouncing off of a character that is endearing to us, and that is the reason why Vegeta is the eternal worker. And that is all for today. I would like to ask you to like and subscribe if you like this video. Check out the link in the description, and support me through buying the drawing that you have just seen here while you were listening to this. Bye, and until next time.